we look for in storms that are rotating.
Yeah, and what that notch really indicates is that wind being in flow. The wind comes from at that vantage point, the south and the east, and it heads right up north and west, right into the storm, and then you can get that wind on the backside, causing that little appendage there on the bottom of the main cell to really start to rotate. And that is certainly what the National Weather Service was watching earlier for any signs of rotation. But regardless, if you're not seeing any tornadoes or anything like that, you're certainly getting very strong winds, 40, 50, even upwards of 60 miles per hour at this hour through areas of Tolland and where we're just exiting the Vernon area. We've been getting some pictures that we've seen on social media of some lowering of the clouds. Nothing has been confirmed in terms of any tornado warnings or any tornadoes that we've had reports of, but it certainly had the indication a bit earlier that was something that it was capable of, which prompted the National Weather Service to issue those tornado warnings, initially starting out way out towards the west through Kent, but looks like those towns that are certainly in line down the road. The storm is tracking at about 35 miles per hour. Chaplin at 6:41, Ashford about 6:42, so another 20 minutes from now, and if it holds together all the way through Hampton and East Hartford at Eastford at 6:47, as the storm is moving very quickly to the east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour. And these are the towns that will be impacted. Storrs campus, there's certainly not as many people there as there normally would be during a semester, but I'm sure there's still people there.
Yeah, a lot of people out on a Sunday afternoon in the summer doing grilling, hanging out, despite the heat and humidity. So if you're in the path of the storm, if you hear thunder, if it's a severe thunderstorm or otherwise, get inside, let the storm pass you by, given that lightning is always a great concern. So we're tracking this one cell again, moving away from Vernon now, toward Storrs, toward Ashford, toward Chaplin. But also, this is one of two cells that we're monitoring. Also tracking a storm that has made its way out of Fairfield County into western New Haven County. This has the capability of producing wind gusts to 40 miles an hour as it is moving toward the northeast at around 45 miles an hour. So fairly quick moving here. We can do a storm track on this cell for you as well.
I'm scared.
As it's crossing the Route 8 corridor currently, so we'll track it from Seymour, again, around 45 miles an hour to the east-northeast. So that's going to get into Hamden around 6:30 this evening, North Haven, 6:33, Wallingford, 6:37, Middlefield, 6:46, and then Durham, 6:47. So moving right over the Wilbur-Cross Parkway, I-91, and then eventually getting closer to the Route 9 corridor if this holds together. So again, this particular storm that's making its way will pass just to the north of New Haven, but certainly producing some heavy rain, some wind gusts around 40 miles an hour, and some frequent lightning. So we're monitoring that very closely, but it is into Tolland County where we have our active severe thunderstorm warning for the storm that has had a history of rotation. So this is at one point had several tornado warnings attached to it from when it made its way into Litchfield County, and now crossing central Connecticut, now into Tolland County. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning. So these storms go through cycles, so they'll lose some of that characteristic.
I'm not happy with this
when they
already.
can produce a tornado, but then cycle back up and regenerate that. So we're going to continue to monitor very closely what's going on right here. But again, a statewide perspective, west of 84 right now, looking pretty good. But there are more storms developing to our west, to our north. The tornado watch runs until 8 o'clock tonight for Hartford, Tolland, and Wyndham counties.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at that because we have the tornado watch in effect until 8 p.m., as Mark just mentioned, and also that's for Hartford and Tolland and Wyndham County. But as we look farther off towards the west, there's a severe thunderstorm watch, and that's in effect for Litchfield County until 10 p.m. So something, just because these storms are not rotating right now or might not be as much as they were, we certainly will be keeping a track on them throughout the evening and even part of the overnight hours.
All right, so we'll continue to monitor things. Eyewitness News at 6:30 starts in 7 minutes from now, so we'll take a quick break to regroup and join you coming back here for Eyewitness News at 6:30.
So her doctor prescribed Austedo X.